guys know that in the second Twilight movie, is it Breaking Dawn, I think? Or
Isn't it
is it?
Eclipse?
No.
It's New Moon.
New Moon.
Yeah,
that's
get it right, Sarah.
Sorry, I'm not up to date on my
How you doing?
on my
Luca?
Twilight saga. But fun fact, Death Cab for Cutie made a song for that movie. And I remember one time my friend was like, "Oh my god, we should." He loves Twilight, so he's like, "Oh my god, we should watch Twilight." I'm like, "Sure." So we ended up watching that one, and I had never watched it before, but I was just hyped to hear the Death Cab for Cutie song. So we watched the whole thing. Doesn't show up at all in the movie. Doesn't show up even as the credits. And I'm like, "Where the hell is this?" So I searched up on YouTube. It's just some random promotional video that they did where the entire video is them just like playing the song. And it's not even one of their best songs. It's not at all one of my favorites. It's in the lower tier of their songs. But like they're just playing the song in this empty room and like shots from the trailer are just playing edited in randomly. The song has nothing to do with it. It's so weird, but I watched that entire that entire movie hoping for a Death Cab for Cutie song.
Like I was watching Twilight last night, and I was like, "Oh, I know Bon Iver's made a song for one of these movies. Didn't play in the movie."
No, that's also in the second one, but that song actually plays because they just hate me.
I will say, as much as people give Twilight shit, they have a really good soundtrack in these movies.
That's true.
It's actually not that bad.
But. God.
Welcome. I think we're listening to the intro.
No.
Weren't you gonna
Okay, hold on. I have something to talk about. So Alex was very kind to bring all of his gifts today. Okay, we're not going to talk about all of them, but I want to talk about a few of mine. Alex got me the summer blockbuster of 1998, Andrei Rublev, directed by... No, that's not...
No,
that's when the version was made,
yeah.
not the actual movie.
There's no way Andrei Rublev came out in
1966.
Yeah, I think you're a little off.
The 1966 summer blockbuster, Andrei Rublev, directed by Andrei Tarkovsky. Amazing movie. It's as far as Russian films go, I think that's one of the best. He also got me like a Beatles compilation album of like their unreleased songs. So there's stuff like Ballad of John and Yoko, Don't Let Me Down, Paperback Writer, stuff like that. And he also got me a Lou Reed like compilation album, the best of Lou Reed. He also got the Shrek VHS.
Fine aside, no one gives a fuck about Slapshot. I like that movie. It's fun.
There's also Slapshot. Okay. So the thing is, I don't know what Slapshot is.
It's a comedy hockey movie.
Okay, cool, hockey. Okay. Speaking of hockey, are we keeping up with heated rivalries? And,
my God!
I started the first episode.
Okay, so.
There's a lot of fucking. Oh my God!
There's a lot.
And do you like it so far?
Yeah. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Well,
he also got a Slapshot. The Shrek VHS.
I will bring it in. I will tie it into.
But on a more relevant. Oh, Alex also got himself a few things like Magical Mystery Tour and like some I don't know something.
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
Some Canadian stuff.
More relevant, like he got Sam, the book Bones and All, written by Camille.
I love
the reason I bring this up is because Luca Guadagnino made a adaptation of this book, and he's the same person who directed Challengers, which is one of the films we're talking about today.
Wow!
On this podcast called Reeled In. Hello, everybody.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. It's a podcast about films. It's where three film buffs try to reel in their non-film buff friends, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah? Okay, I'm Asman. Okay, I'm Asman.
I'm Sam.
I'm Alex.
I'm Avery.
But today's a special day. Because normally, it's like, okay, we're going to talk about films. We're going to talk about films, just the four of us and stuff like that. But no, today we have another person.
A special guest.
We created her in a lab just to do this episode.
Yeah, so I feel like, we've gotten complaints like, oh, this podcast is unfair. No, Avery never has anyone on her side. They're like ganging up on her and stuff like that. So we manufactured someone in the lab to be on Avery's side because we couldn't find a real person who would do it.
Whoa. No one else in the world.
So we're introducing Kianna Willmore.
I'm the lab experiment.
Yeah. And it's the lab experiment who also created our logo.
Yes.
That is true.
Well,
Kianna who designed our logo.
She did do her logo.
True.
Kianna, you know what? Before we even talk about films and stuff, why don't you tell us, like, So I think I messaged you about like, hey, can you make us a logo and stuff. By the way, I should mention Kianna's actually a real person. She was like a good friend of ours.
Yeah, we didn't actually make her in a lab.
Yeah. She is a friend. She's a friend, and I approached her. I was like, hey, would you like to make a logo for like this podcast thing we're gonna do? And she was like, yeah, I will. Do you want to like talk about like how you went about doing that? Like you know.
It was a whole like creative process. I really brainstormed that one pretty hard, and then
you had like 3 different versions.
That's true. I did. Yeah, actually, I did like thumbnails of the logo, and then I went over it with you guys. I was like, "Yo, pick one," and then you're like, "I like this."
And they were all good.
Yeah. And I think my favorite part, which if you don't know me in real life, Sam, hi, I'm Sam.
Hi.
I wear this necklace all the time that has like a moon and stuff. And if you look at the logo, without me even like asking, the first time I look at the logo when Kianna had made it, she had put the necklace.
Right.
And I was like, oh my
And
God.
it's not just Sam, because like all of us, like, I wear like a beanie a lot, and in the logo, like I'm permanently wearing a beanie now, which is fine.
Yeah.
But that's like part of like my character.
And then
like,
then you told me like, "Wait, my hair's not that long."
Yeah. It's not long anymore, but it doesn't matter. It was. I will say, Kiana's an amazing artist. Like she actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, she draws different things.
Yeah, I draw cool.
Whenever like we're like. Doing like a film club meeting or something, she'd always be drawing like Foxy, like on the board or something from, Five Nights at Freddy's, which is her favorite film. Is this true? Can you confirm this?
Not my favorite film, but like, well, I'm rotating my favorites now.
Iron Giant?
I like Iron
Well,
Giant.
you love Five Nights at Freddy's.
I like
right?
FNAF.
Yeah.
Because I did like a group cosplay thing the night
Right.
of, and I made a huge Foxy mask,
Mm-hmm.
which I brought
Which
to
is so
film club.
cool.
Yeah. I remember that.
I've won
Homemade.
costume contests.
You won the film club costume contest.
did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kiana does a bunch of cool stuff, and we decided to get her as a guest on this episode
The
because
first guest.
Yeah, first ever guest. Yeah.
Woo!
Because we're talking about Challengers, which you hadn't seen before.
I had not
But-
seen, but I've been meaning to see it.
Right. But more importantly, we were going to talk about Twilight, which is a film we love.
More
right?
importantly.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
God. Quite a duo, I must say, but yeah.
Well, you decided to pair them together.
I did. Well, I mean, like, this isn't our normal kind of thing where it's like, oh, Avery picks a movie and then, like, we pick a movie. But, I just thought this would be an interesting mashup, and so we all agreed that it would be a fun
And
episode.
it's a very fitting mashup too.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know,
So,
Okay,
yeah.
I do have something to say about that, which kind of led me the wrong path when going into Twilight. I had never seen Twilight.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
What?
it.
Yeah, okay, so,
Yeah.
let's just get into this. Let's talk about Challengers, right?
Yeah.
How we usually do. Okay, I watched Challengers when it released.
Yeah, me too.
When was this, like 2023?
Yeah, like early 2023.
Oh, yeah.
like March.
Sam, did you watch it?
Sure?
I saw
I
it.
thought it was 2024.
I think it's 2024.
No, it
Yeah.
is
Oh, yeah,
2024.
2024.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
Come on,
Okay.
guys, get it
Sorry.
together.
I saw
Film
it
bros over here.
twice in
God,
theaters.
sorry.
You did?
I saw it twice in
Damn.
theaters because I watched it once with my friends, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. And, like, I feel like it's such a theater experience, too, with the music, like, just blasting. And you just, like, feel your heart race. So
Mhm.
I went to go watch it by myself a second time. And it was
Yeah.
so worth it.
Alex, did you
Yeah.
watch it on release?
I didn't see it in theaters.
Aw.
I don't remember why, but there was a reason I missed out. But I saw it like as soon as it went online. So
Okay.
pretty
It's
soon.
so
And Avery and Kenny, you guys had never seen
I had
it.
never
never
seen it.
seen
I
it in
knew,
theaters.
I knew what it was.
This is actually like a well-known film, I think. Like a lot of people knew about the whole
Yeah.
Challengers tennis, Zendaya, two
Mhm.
guys thing. But no, Luca makes films I think we all love. He did Call Me by Your Name. I think that's a film.
Good movie.
All-
Love Call Me
yeah,
by Your Name.
Bones and All, which is
Is it a video?
Is it a video?
I saw Call Me by Your Name in high school, and that changed my life.
yeah. I mean,
that was a good.
It is a
movie,
very
man.
life changing.
Yeah.
I
It
haven't
is.
seen it.
which is fucked up.
You
I
gotta
think
watch it.
slightly homophobic of you, but it is. What
I
it is.
watched
I
Heated
would say more
Rivalry.
than slightly. I think she's just straight up a bigot. That's why you have to watch Call Me by Your Name.
No, Call Me by Your
Oh,
Name.
God.
She's making a pouty face.
Amazing
Getting
film.
attacked.
Also, I
We're
think
not even 5 minutes in and I'm getting attacked.
Call Me by Your Name introduced me, I think, to Sufjan Stevens.
Yeah, I think it did. For
Yeah,
me too.
which that changed my life. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
That changed my life.
I
But-
think I watched Call Me by Your Name because you guys put me on Sufjan Stevens first, and then I was like, damn, this is really good music. I should probably watch the movie that he
Right.
composed music
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, it's amazing. Mystery of Love, Visions of
Mystery of
Gideon. Yeah, it's
Gideon.
great. But no, Challengers, I remember the release of this movie really well. I was so excited for this movie. You know what? I love a good, love triangle movie. I love it when it's done well. It's very rarely done well.
What's funny about that?
I guess we're talking
I
about
think-
Twilight.
Well, but
It's Challengers.
both.
I think the thing that I find the most interesting about Challengers, though, is that it's one of the only movies where there's an actual love triangle. Like
Right,
it's
I was
not
gonna
just
say, yeah,
one woman with two men who are trying to get with her. Like, I mean, of
Right.
course, Art and Patrick,
Patrick.
they never end up in a relationship, but
There's
they
so
have
much
that
sexual
tension.
So
they
much.
have a
They're
lot.
like when we were
Yes.
12, we jerked off
Right,
together.
I taught him how to
Yeah.
jerk off. Okay, fine.
That's just a thing friends do.
Yeah.
Just bros being bros.
And Tashi's
you know?
like, wait, you taught him to do this? Like, yeah, that's a normal thing, right? What's wrong with that?
He didn't know how to
Bros
do
being
it, so I taught
bros.
him. Yeah.
Because it's like, if you I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but when we think of Twilight, it's like the two guys going after the girl, but this is really
Mm-hmm.
a full
Right.
triangle.
They're all involved
We'll
with
get
each
into
other.
that,
Yeah.
but yeah. No, Challengers is a true love triangle, you're right. And it's so good. Okay, let's try and set up the... Kianna, do you want to set up the movie, the plot of the movie?
Expectations. Are
So
we doing
basically,
Yeah, plot and, what you expect going into it.
yeah, so basically Challengers is about two guys fawning over Zendaya, and they play tennis, and both these men clearly have sexual tension with each other, but they don't want to admit it. And so there's a lot of flashbacks of years ago, they were competing for Zendaya's affection. Patrick ends up winning a tennis tournament and dating Zendaya. However, after some conflict, they break up. She starts dating the guy who plays Art. I forget their names.
No, Art's the character's name.
Yeah, Art's the
Yeah.
character's
Oh.
name,
Yeah.
but the actor's name.
Oh my god. I should
Not
know.
Josh
Oh.
O'Connor.
Mike Feist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mike Feist. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's in West Side Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's funny, when I saw the movie for the first time, I knew him from West Side Story, but I didn't know Josh O'Connor.
Yeah.
And then just watching it again a few days ago, it's like, I'm a big Josh O'Connor fan now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Wake Up Dead Man.
He's been everywhere since
Yeah.
this, I feel like.
Yes.
I
And
love
Mike
him.
Feist hasn't
He's
been in
great.
a whole lot since.
I
Which
feel
is
like
unfortunate, because he's great.
He's
He's
all-
so good in West Side Story.
I think he himself made the decision to kind of retreat from the public
That's fair.
so
He was in this movie called Pinball,
Right.
The Man Who Made the Game, or something
save
like
the
that.
game.
Man Who Saved the Game. That came out the year that there were 7 of these corporate product biopics.
Oh.
There's the BlackBerry
Oh
movie,
my
there was
God.
Air, there was the Cheetos movie,
The Cheetos movie?
Right,
Yeah.
there was a
Yeah.
cheat.
there was the Beanie Babies movie, there's a bunch,
What?
all in the same year. And then he had this pinball movie that came out, and no one saw it, but it's one of the better ones of that niche subgenre from that year.
Can I just say, I love Matt Damon and I love Ben Affleck so much, but I will say, Air is such a fake movie.
It's such bullshit.
It's such a fake movie. But anyway, Kianna, what did you expect going into Challengers?
I thought that there was gonna be full-on sex scenes, but cause I don't know. No, honestly,
there
the
were
way
in the
Same.
form of tennis games.
yeah, in the
Yeah,
form of
yeah,
that's
exactly.
true. That's true.
The
but
sexiest games of tennis I've ever seen shot on film.
no, it's technically there's no nudity in the film, and people talk about oh how horny and crazy. It is a very horny and crazy movie, but it doesn't go the full way. if
I
that
think
makes
it
sense.
goes the perfect amount.
It does go the perfect
Yeah.
amount, I think.
Let me ask you guys this, all of you. Do you guys consider, after watching Challengers, tennis a sexy sport?
A little, okay. If
Yeah.
anything,
Depends.
if anything, I feel for me, I was more scared than oh, this is horny or whatever, because I don't know.
You were scared.
You were
No, because honestly, these people are so unhinged in this film. I don't know.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Mommy, I'm scared. Pick me up. But
I'm scared.
You were scared the movie's horny? You're oh wait, no.
that's not what I. No, I mean
Mommy, those
Listen.
men are kissing.
Oh god.
Well, no,
I will
mainly
say,
I would say because Zendaya's character in this movie is scary, and Patrick is
Yeah.
like genuinely,
I will.
he's like bizarrely creepy.
Yes.
I felt sorry for Art the most
Art's
out of
a
all
sweet
of them.
little guy.
He's a sweet little
Art.
guy. There's the scene where he's like when Zendaya leaves with Patrick to like be in his car and whatever, and then she comes back
Oh, yeah,
and
he's
Art fell
sleep- yeah.
asleep with his daughter.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really
That
nice
was like
scene.
I was like so sorry for him.
No, and
Yeah.
his entire role in the movie is kind of like the submissive guy. Like
Yeah.
there's constant shots of him
Yeah.
like on like Zendaya's knees, holding onto her like
Yeah.
legs and
and he's
stuff.
like, "Can you comfort me while I go to sleep?" And I just felt sorry for him.
Oh my. Okay, we'll get deeper into this, but I love the dynamics
But
in this
I-
film so
like,
much.
Also, like the guys to me look scary. I don't know why.
You're just scared of men.
You know what? That's valid.
Maybe
That
I'm
is
scared
valid.
of
Yeah.
No, on the like, is tennis sexy or something? I was like thinking about it, and I'm like, there isn't really. I'm trying to think of a more kind of like, because I mean, most sports are like team sports.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
was
but this
thinking,
is like
yeah.
you're literally
Yeah.
facing one-on-one. It's like, I mean, of course, there's like duos or whatever. But when we're talking about like solo, like
Yeah.
tennis, it's like, yeah, it's a bit more like intimate than if
Wait,
you were playing
do you
like
think golf's a sexy sport?
no.
Aw.
Because that you're
What
not
about
facing
mini
your
golf?
opponent.
That's
You're just
true.
shooting. And golf is golf.
Golf is like masturbation.
Yeah. There's no opponent. You just have to
Yeah.
play the game.
You're just like
Oh
all
my
doing it
God.
like together. You know? Yeah.
It's like challengers.
God.
But I agree, like the one-on-one nature of tennis, and it's
Yeah.
like before they serve, that's like the foreplay when they're
Yeah.
like locking
I
arms,
liked-
Right.
I liked-
You
know?
guys, you're facing your opponent.
Right, yeah.
I liked the shot of Art's sweat dripping into the
Oh, I
camera.
love
That
the
was a
sweat
really good
drip.
shot.
That was such a good
Like
shot.
they
I love
sweat
that.
so much in this movie.
Yeah, it drips on the camera.
Yeah.
It was
Right,
so
I
good.
love, I will, I don't know if I want to say this, but
Say it.
I think the amount of sweat in this movie and, all of, like, the grunting, I feel like it unlocked some things for me, which have, like,
That's why.
definitely...
Bisexuality arc.
No, it's not even like, oh, I love men. It's not that. I feel like it's unlocked some things, like, in, like, my...
I really want. I have no idea where you're going.
I don't regret saying you can watch.
You know
I
what,
feel like
that's fair.
this movie
Sure.
has the ability to help you discover your fetishes and like certain like things you might be into. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I'm not ashamed of it, and I feel like
Yeah, that's every Luca Guadagnino movie.
Grunting and sweating.
I think there's something actually sexy about that.
You are so
Well,
valid.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
He's not like wrong, right?
Yeah,
Because that's inherently kind of.
It is,
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is.
the way you worded it.
It unlocked something in
Unlocked
you.
something.
No, because I don't
feel
know
like
how to
that's
say it. I don't know how to
normal,
say
though.
normally, like, hey, I'm into sweat. Because that sounds weird, because I'm not into, like, sweat. That's a weird thing to
Watch
say.
that's
any
like-
Luca movie.
you-
It's like
you can
Bones and
say-
All. I love
you can-
cannibalism.
Yeah.
You can say like
I love gay people.
I love people
Yeah.
getting hot and sweaty.
Sure.
That
That's
makes
a normal thing, right?
See, but
I think-
that's
yeah.
why I'm surprised you say that, because I thought you were gonna say something crazy, but I think that's normal. Like, it's
What,
like
what
that's
did you
kinda
think I was
cool.
going to say?
I don't know. But you like
I'm into seeing balls get knocked around.
No, that's a bit much.
those rackets, dude.
Those rackets,
so hot.
dude.
Also, that boner slap was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's a
That was
boner
good.
slap in this
There's a
movie.
boner
Yeah. That is that was the improvised
forgot about
apparently,
that.
which is crazy.
That's crazy. That was
I
improvised.
think so, but I could be wrong.
Oh.
I feel like
Crazy.
that's sexual assault, but okay.
No,
I
they're
mean,
into
I'm
it.
sure it
It's
wasn't like he wasn't actually hard when they shot that. I'm
Hey,
sure
you
he had,
don't
like,
know.
some-
You don't know.
I like to think that he was.
For the length of like film shoots, I don't think they were like feeding him like Viagra to like. I think they gave him like a prosthetic.
Yeah.
Something.
That's a good. I wonder if they do that, like in certain films. Like, hey, have this.
I don't think so. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Okay, so let's talk about the like dynamics between these people, right? So,
Yeah.
Patrick, how do we even do this?
That's Josh O'Connor, right?
It's
I mean-
Josh O'Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the most interesting character by far is Tashi.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like there has always been, like, even, how long has it been? 2 years past its release
Mhm.
now?
Yeah.
There is still so much discourse on, like, what Tashi wants,
Mhm.
in a way. Like,
She just wants a good game of
She-
tennis.
she
man.
wants-
Right.
does.
She just wants a good
I-
game. I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can give our takes on this.
Yeah.
I think my take is she probably felt some affection for like, Patrick and Art and stuff, but I think for her main love is the game. She loves tennis and she wants to be great at tennis. And because so Tashi gets injured in the movie and she can't really play tennis at the level that she used to. And so I think she's like living through her partner. She's like, hey, you need to be great so that I can feel that, it can like rub off on me.
Yeah.
So I think that's her main game.
No, I agree.
But also the game of like the romantic chase, like both of these guys after her and like pitting them like against each other. Like it's like it's a game, It's, it's the thrill of the
and it's kind of like a power thing too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she's definitely like there's a crazy
when
power
she like
dynamic.
manipulates them into kissing each other.
Yeah, that scene is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, look, Art, I feel like Tashi likes, like, she's with Art, and Art's a really, like, submissive type of guy. Like, he, like, bend over backwards for Tashi, right? And maybe Tashi does like that, but I think she also likes a person who, like, stand up for herself, Right. And Patrick was that guy. Yeah. But she doesn't want too much of that, and she doesn't want too much of the submissive stuff. It's just, like, wavering all the time for her.
Because, she wants the power, because, like, after she got her injury, like, that was her whole life. Like, tennis was her whole life. And so now I think, like, I don't think she's just not in love with Art at all. I think there is some of that love for him, but I think she can't help but see the potential that he has, the same potential that she had before she got her injury, and feels like he's, like, wasting it, and so just keeps on pushing him. And that's kind of where that need for power comes from. But, like, she also wants him to find his own power, because she doesn't want him to just be like, oh, I'm just a baby, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
She wants him to, like, actually play the sport and fight for a win. Because at this point, doesn't the movie start, like, well, in the present time, like, when the actual, like, he goes to the Challenger and meets, and sees he's against Patrick, he was, like, on, like, a losing streak and, like, was struggling.
Right.
And so that's why, like, she's desperate. Like, she doesn't want his potential to be wasted the same way that her potential was forced to be, like, wasted.
Yeah.
You bring up the Challenger game, the last game, and, we've talked about Marty Supreme, and how, like, the end of that movie is, like, this meaningless, like, ping pong game. I feel like it's similar to this movie, because it's just a fucking, like, a random Challenger game. It doesn't mean anything.
Right,
and the thing is, Patrick is he's at a losing streak, so this game, like, they're in a low tier. It's a really low stakes, low tier game, but the emotional height is insane. So it feels like great, but it's meaningless ultimately in the grand scheme of things. I mean.
Yeah, and I really love the way that they chose to switch back and forth between the past and the present game, because it feels like the story and their emotions that they felt throughout the story of, like, them being, like, teammates, and then they're meeting Tashi, and then their friendship going through this weird thing until they're not friends, and then, like, kind of regrouping again. It's like they're going through those same emotions as they're playing the game, and so you kind of get back to the present moment, and you feel all of those pent-up emotions, like, in the game, and it feels like the most intense thing ever. And the music is just blasting, and, like, it's so good. Honestly, like, if Challenge, I don't know if it ever will. Probably at some point, but if it ever came back to theaters, I would be sad the second that,
I would love to see it in the theater.
It's so good in the theater.
We need to talk about that score.
Oh my God. I think, like, you could argue that, like, it jumping back and forth, like, in the timeline can get, like, a little confusing sometimes, but, like, because of the score, it, like, keeps an energy going throughout the whole movie, and, like, even, like, The Social Network does that, too, and it's also a Reznor Atticus Ross score, and, like, it just keeps that energy, so, like, even though it's, like, cutting around a lot, like, it feels like it's just always moving forward, it's always kind of pushing towards that final scene. Like, there's a scene of, like, it's Zendaya and Josh O'Connor, like, in the bedroom, and it's like one shot, I think.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
And they get in bed and then they argue.
And that's the kind of scene where you could imagine just, like, no music, like, no score. They're just having, like, a conversation, but the score is, like, going crazy, and there's so much energy to it.
I love that scene so much because, like, that's their relationship, right? Like,
Yeah.
they come in, they get in bed, they're, like, making out and stuff, but then they get in an argument. And the reason they get in an argument is because they bring up art, I think. Like,
Yeah.
I forget exactly.
I don't
Aren't they
remember
talking about tennis?
Yeah, but they
And
mention
then-
art specifically. and
Insult the screenplay.
Yeah.
you know what? You guys
And then
continue.
she's like,
I'll
I gotta
consult-
stretch,
I'll
guys.
consult the
Hold on.
screenplay.
But yeah,
I did bring my copy of the screenplay
Yeah.
for Challengers, written by the potion seller guy.
God. No, but like the score, that's the main reason why I say like this. If anyone has the chance, who hasn't seen it in theaters before, has the chance to go see it in theaters, one of the reasons why it's so good is because the score is like literally lasting,
I feel
and
like
you
if
feel
I-
all of the intensity.
I feel like if I had seen it in theaters, it would have created like the same feeling that Whiplash did, you know, with like how
Right,
yeah.
emotionally like intense it was. Like I feel like it would be the same, especially since like I've played tennis in the past before. So
Mhm.
Damn.
Was it-
Ashley,
was
Did
it-
you feel
here.
the intimacy
Did
with
you
your
feel the
opponent?
intimacy?
Did you grunt as loud as tennis players do?
yes,
That's
and I sweat
actually-
as much. No,
I
if you're like
Dude.
really putting your body into
Can
it.
I just say, right now, there's some sort of tennis competition happening, I don't know, somewhere in the world, because my mom has been watching it. I'll just be in my room, and all I hear from the TV is, and I'm like, oh my god.
I'm scrolling through, like, the...
Scrolling through.
That was
So-
crazy.
he's
I'm so sorry.
scrolling
I'm on
so
timeout. That was
hard.
crazy.
You need time.
I'm actually not
gonna
gonna. It's crazy.
Get out.
I
I'm
passed
flipping
it.
through the screenplay, and this is the scene where, you know, they have the three-way kiss in the hotel room near the start. And I want to just read this. Tashi, after they're done making out and stuff like that, Tashi says, "How about this? I'll be watching your match tomorrow, and whoever wins can text me." Tashi says, "You can beat him. You should beat him, actually." She says this to Art. And Art says, "Are you saying you want me to?" Tashi says, "I'm saying you're not getting my number if you don't." And then Art says, "Yeah, okay, but what do you want?" And then Tashi says, "I want to watch some good fucking tennis."
Yeah.
And that's it, right? Like, that's...
Some good fucking tennis.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we can read, he swats Art's boner hard. This is in the script. It was not
wasn't
improvised.
improv.
Never
Yeah.
mind. It's crazy. Wow. Okay, now, what were we... Okay.
Just one final thing on the score. It didn't get Oscar nominated. Isn't
I
that
know.
fucked up? It's like one of the best scores in the last
It's
few years.
Insane.
It's so
like,
good.
I thought that was a for sure lock.
Yeah.
But they just... Like, you had... When we were talking about Marty Supreme, and we were saying, like, oh, it sucks that the score didn't get nominated. You were saying the Academy just doesn't like those, like...
Yeah. The
Techno scores.
Yeah,
yeah.
techno
They
scores.
What
So-
scores did get nominated? Like, do we know this? I think
That
The
year.
Brutalist won.
Yeah, the Brutalist one.
Well, I will say that's
Spider-Verse also got snubbed, and that's also kind of a techno...
Spider-Verse is a great score. The Brutalist, I think, is a great, honestly underrated score, even though it won the Oscar. Conclave, The Wild Robot.
I think the Oscars just don't like Luca's movies. Because
It's fucked
Queer
up.
also got... Everyone thought Daniel Craig would be nominated, and he didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
Queer is a really good movie.
They hate gay people.
Maybe that's just what it is, yeah.
The Oscars is
it
homophobic.
sucks. It really sucks. I mean, you know, Timothy got nominated, right, for Call Me
they
by Your
like Call Me
Name.
by Your Name.
Yeah, they really like Call Me by Your Name. Sufjan performed at the Oscars.
Oh my
Oh.
god. They nominated that movie, that song, and he performed it, and then they gave it to that bullshit song from Coco. That's I got so mad.
You make me a poco loco.
The-
That one?
Remember Me.
What?
Is it Remember Me? Is that what it's
Oh yeah,
called?
remember
Is that
me.
song?
Yeah.
When he plays to the grandmother.
I haven't seen the movie, but it's a bad song, and he performed that live too, and it was so bad.
It's
like,
some
he could not
bullshit.
sing.
You know, Sufjan, fun fact, Sufjan performed that song live at the Oscars, and after, like, a couple years after the Oscars, he said that was the worst experience of his life.
Oh, God.
He hated being in front of all of these Hollywood people. He's like, what the fuck, where the fuck am I? And he was just there hoping that maybe he'd win, you know, take home an Oscar. He didn't win. They hate Sufjan, they hate Luca,
Yeah.
they hate Timothy,
It's fucked up.
but
So messed up.
Timothy's gonna win this year, March 15th, March 5th,
Yeah.
something, March 15th. He's gonna
Mm.
win. It's gonna be a great
Yeah.
night. Okay, no, okay.
Cool.
Kianna, what did you make of, like, you know, the relationship dynamics in this movie? Like, did anything, like, stand out to you? Or were you, like, siding with anyone? Were you like, oh, Tashi should get bit? Because you know how in Twilight they have, like, Team Jacob or some shit?
Yeah.
Like, were you, like, Team Patrick? Were you Team Art? Were you Team Tashi? Were you, like...
I was team like Art, but it's because I felt like more sorry for him. I guess I don't know. Like Patrick had very off vibes for me, but I don't know. I think Tashi's a really interesting character, though.
Can I say I hate Tashi? I did not like her character. Like, I get her character, but she's not likable to me.
None of them are likable.
yeah.
They're all like horrible.
No, the not Josh O'Connor. He's
Blonde
likable.
guy.
Art.
I think he's likable enough.
I
I-
honestly get why Tashi was like first frustrated with Art. Like I really do.
Yeah.
Like he's a great guy. He loves the kid and he's there and stuff, but he's not doing anything, right? And Tashi's like, dude, you gotta like get off your ass and like really do something because you have potential. And Art's like, no, I like my kid. And she's like,
There's
no.
nothing. Wait, I'm sorry. He's a bad person for being a good father.
Maybe he's not a bad person, but I get why
You
Tashi was
know,
frustrated.
I
with
They're
think
incompatible.
Tashi and
That's the thing.
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
incompatible.
I think Tashi and Marty Supreme would get along well.
Probably.
That's true.
That's probably
Yeah.
true.
They should.
I mean, ping pong is tennis, basically.
Yeah.
More or less.
It's like a less sexy version of tennis. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little sexy. There's like a bit of grunting. He's sweating a little bit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, I don't know. I don't feel the same way I did watching those Challenger tennis scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
those scenes.
No, true.
are
And Jay, I feel like this is one of the like hottest movies I think I've ever seen. Like it's up there. We've talked about Bound on this podcast. I feel like that's up there. Challengers is up there. I can't think of any others.
What's really
It was like those gay movies.
no,
Those
but
aren't fun.
Bound's considered hot.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
It's such an
Like-
erotic movie. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like the tension is insane.
Because okay.
Because they're women. You just
No,
like,
I didn't know, but I'm like, okay, this I can see because it's like the sweat and the stuff, and it's like, you know, but they're just like, it's
that
like the
one take sex scene is like one of the most erotic scenes.
Yeah, in
ever.
Bound,
It's
there's
so
like a
good.
one take sex scene.
The camera's like moving. All
Yeah,
around.
yeah, it's great.
It's incredible, man.
And this movie, they don't even need sex scenes for that stuff. They're just
Yeah.
like the characters are so like well written
those
and
tennis scenes are so creative and well shot.
Yeah.
right. There's a
I
shot.
love, oh my god, the POV of the tennis ball.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah.
Oh right,
Yeah,
okay.
I was like,
yeah,
whoa.
because as
that's
soon as that
different.
happens, the score really kicks
Yeah.
in,
It
does.
and it's
And
crazy.
it's I feel like this is the perfect example of like how to use kind of like a device for the film and for, you know,
right.
the-
despite
rather
yeah.
than
Mhm.
being like, because I feel like a lot of films, when sex is talked about, it just feels like, you know, kind of like fan service or like, you know, like, oh, we're just doing this, it's the hot
'Cause
guy,
you have to
hot
build
actor.
a relationship. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
this feels very like purposeful, and it doesn't even have
it's
any.
like
like,
there's
most
no
sex
mention
scenes.
of sex. There's no real sex shown on screen. But I feel
Yeah.
like every single thing they do and these characters talk about is in a way just like the act of sex.
Yeah,
it's hard to explain.
It's like a motivator.
yeah,
It's a motivator,
Yeah.
but also
but
like
it's all intertwined. Like the sex isn't a metaphor for tennis, and the
Yeah.
tennis isn't
Yeah.
a metaphor for sex.
I feel like the
It's
tennis
like-
is the
it's-
sex. Like it's all just like I don't know how to like.
it's all like it's all
Yeah.
intertwined. I think.
Like if you want to really look at it in a way, I feel like one way to look at it is like everything the movie does is foreplay, and then once they start playing the game,
Yeah,
that's when they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
having sex. I feel like that's a way to look at it. It's
It's
an extremely sex driven movie, and it's amazing. Like I feel like this movie captures like the feeling better than anything else. It's
Yeah.
great. It's so
Yeah.
good. And that score, like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
the
like,
score
come
is
on. Like, you
crazy.
can't even like, come on.
yeah.
Like that's why I would have wanted to see it in theaters, which I kind of now watching it, I wish I had, because it's like, you know, it would heighten like the emotions so much more.
Yeah.
The tension would be
Mhm.
even scarier, you know.
Yeah.
It was an insane theater watch. It was so good.
Where,
I remember.
did you watch it? Like, were there a lot of people in your theater? Were they like?
there were a decent amount.
reacting?
I went when I first went to go see it. I saw it with a couple of friends, and I remember like we walked in, and like some of those friends, they're kind of the type to like, you know, kind of just casually watch or like, you know, like chat little like comments every once in a while, like during the movie, just like whisper something to me over. We were locked in. And then, like, by the end of it, we looked at each other, we're all, like, out of breath. We're like, holy shit, that was crazy. And it's just, it's an insane
Yeah.
watch.
Okay, well, let's
So-
talk about the ending, right?
Mm.
But before we do, there is no.
Let's
'cause-
talk about the tennis scene.
No,
again.
you have to set up like the final, like the
Okay.
climax of the movie. Earlier in the movie, you know, when they're trying to get with Tashi and stuff, Patrick's like, "Hey, Art, did you
Right, yeah.
sleep with Tashi? Did it happen?" And he's like, "I'm not gonna tell you that," but he's like, "Okay, fine. If you're not gonna tell me that, that's fine. Just do your serve." And his serve is basically he places the ball in the middle of the tennis racket, and he does the serve. And Patrick's like, "Whoa, you actually did it. That's crazy." Now, as
No,
the
it's the other way. It's
Yeah.
Art who is asking if Patrick
Yeah.
fuck
Patrick
Tashi
was the one that had sex.
and was like, do your serve like I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. So that's Art's way of serving, and
Yeah.
Patrick says, I'm gonna copy your way of serving if I slept with her. Right, you're right, okay. And then, towards the end of the stuff, she's married to Art, she has a kid and stuff like that, but then she cheats on him with Patrick, a bunch of stuff happens, and then at the end, they're finally facing off, it's present day, and it's a normal game, it's a normal tennis game, but then Patrick does Art serve to kind of signal at the fact that, hey, I fucked your wife again. And he does that, he serves the ball, and Art just stands there. Like, he's just like, what the fuck was that? And he's so angry, you can see it in his face.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's so good because then he throws that game,
right?
And then they go into like the final game, and it's like they're both like just full like at their peak, like trying to destroy each other.
When this game is happening, Tashi's in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
She has no idea what's going on,
right?
Because she doesn't know what that serve means. She doesn't even know if like anything happens. So she's just watching it, like, why the fuck? What's like? Where's all this tension?
Why is he just not playing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the only people in that stadium that know what's happening are Patrick and Art, and it's like the most intimate scene in the entire movie. Like the most intimate scene in the entire movie is the most like crowded big scene. It's so good. And then they start playing. They actually start playing. And the score goes crazy. They're fucking, like, beating each other's faces with the rackets and the balls and stuff. We have this crazy shot where the camera's, like, underneath, like, the tennis court.
Oh,
it's like
that's cool.
up view of it. And then at the end, it gets to a point where, like, Art, like, he has to jump to hit the ball. And he, like, falls over to the other side. And
they land in each other's arms.
They land in each other's arms, and then there's a pause, and then the crowd erupts, and they're, like, clapping, and Tashi gets up and just yells, come on! Because she just saw some good fucking tennis.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way... And, okay, by the way, Art does, like, when they do that serve, and he reveals, and when Patrick reveals, like, hey, I had sex with Tashi and stuff, Art just smiles. Like, he's mad, but then he smiles while they're playing tennis. There's so many ways you can interpret that, like, smile and, like, what that may mean. Is it like, oh, fuck all that, let's just play a good game of tennis? Or it's like, oh, aha, you did it again. Like, I don't know. Like, it can mean so many different things. There's so many different ways. There's so many different ways of looking at it.
Yeah, like, it goes back to, like, the old days of them fighting over her.
Exactly.
Right? And it brings it back to that competition between them.
Yeah.
Right? Which leads into, like, the big, like, the tennis match, the competition. It's finally some good fucking tennis.
Yeah.
Like, it's that, like, the passion, not just of the tennis match, but of, the way they're competing against each other. And that's why, like, her reaction at the end, she's like, this is bullshit. Like, why aren't you playing tennis? But then she's like, wait, fuck yeah, this is such a good game of tennis.
Game.
Like, this is great. This is what I wanted the whole time.
And she doesn't even know that it's, like, because why that's happening.
Yeah.
And it's so, like, it's so interesting how that one scene where they're in, like, the hotel room is literally basically what happens the entire film. Because it's like, they're both fighting for Tashi's attention. And so, like, they're both, like, kissing her or whatever. But then she backs away and they start kissing each other. And then that's what turns into the tennis match where they're constantly, like, it turns into this big power play where they're just both fighting for power and just won't stop.
Exactly.
And it's like, it's so...
The camera goes into Tashi and she's just watching them make out. It's so good.
It was a really good shot.
Yeah. Because that shot's the entire movie. That scene is pretty much the entire movie. Oh, it's so well done.
I will say, I was genuinely kind of surprised that they didn't, like, in the end, make it, like, an official, like, love triangle. And it's just that these guys always had this sexual tension, but never officially, like, Like, I feel like, because going into it, I thought that by the end, they would become, like, a polycule. But
yeah.
Because there's, like, so much,
but
like,
they could never become a polycule, right? Because, like, one of them...
There has to be competition.
Yeah.
I know, but I know that's, like, the tension of the movie, but still.
But it is, like, a love triangle, I think.
It is. No, it is.
We should have
like,
seen them have a threesome, I agree.
Exactly.
That's true. When I saw teasers of that hotel room scene, I was like, I'm going to see a threesome on the big screen. This is great. But it didn't happen, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought would happen.
Okay. Well, Avery, what did you think of the movie?
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Also, another
And
thing I
next.
want to mention that I had written in my notes: the one scene where Patrick and Zendaya are like driving around at night after he like picks her up at the hotel,
Right.
and there's like so much garbage flying everywhere.
Right.
Where's all that shit coming from?
Right. Oh yeah,
Where
and
do they
then
live?
scenes like in slow motion and
Yeah,
there's like a
when
score
there's
in
like
the
all
back.
of the
That was a
and
really
she's
good.
like walking.
That was a really good shot, by the way, with like the red light on the.
Mhm.
Oh,
face.
yeah.
That was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's so good.
That shot is gorgeous.
That's the scene where she's like cheating on Art and
Yeah.
stuff. And Art, I think, knows that he's being cheated on because there's a scene in the hotel lobby where they're like holding hands and Art like sees them.
I was a bit confused at like why Art got with Zendaya. Like I know like he liked her, but in the flashbacks he was warning Patrick like, "Hey, I don't think she has good intentions with you." And then as soon
Yeah,
as
but
she's
what if
like,
that was a way to like get Patrick off of her so that he
Oh.
can?
That's
have her
what I
resolved?
think.
maybe, and then like when she officially like broke her leg. And Patrick comes to the hospital and Art's like, "Get the fuck out." That kind of surprised me a little bit.
I
was
think
like, "Oh,
Art-
that's where the
I
turn
think Art was
happened."
just playing the game.
Oh.
He just wanted Tashi, and he was just
Yeah, probably.
Also, guys, this is a random question. I have my answer. I think this is pretty obvious, but some people have argued this. In like one of the first scenes of the film, it's Patrick and Art, and they just won like the championship for like a duos, like tennis, whatever. And they say Fire and Ice, like that's their duo name. Who do you think is Fire and who do you think is Ice?
Isn't Art Ice?
Josh O'Connor, I think, is fire.
Patrick's fire.
That's
And then-
yeah.
Art's
and then-
Ice.
Some people say
Art's
it's the other
Ice.
way. Some people say that like at the start it's the opposite, but then it switches again.
I see it.
Yeah.
It's like, and also like I think near the start of the film, Art wears more bright colors, like red and like fiery colors, and then Patrick is more like muted. But then once the tables turn and Art is with Tashi, that's when he becomes the more like
Wow,
colder.
I didn't even notice
I didn't
that.
think
And-
about
yeah.
that.
Okay, interesting.
I noticed that when I rewatched it a second time, and I thought that was interesting.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like Fire and Ice in terms of like their personalities, because Art is in like comparison to Patrick more like tamer or
Cool,
like
calm, and collected.
cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then again, like
Like-
you said, there's a scene where she breaks her leg and he's like, "Get the fuck out!" And he's
Yeah,
like,
but
Well,
"Really?"
yeah,
like-
but
that's
she's
like-
also yelling that too.
Yeah, but that's like one of the only times where Art is like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
It's interesting because I feel like whoever like Tashi has kind of like chosen is the one who feels less in power. Like it's like, the reason why Patrick feels so like cocky is because he's like,
he's not in a relationship.
yeah,
with her.
and is like playing with, the like passion that Tashi might still have for him, even though like, it might just be for the love of the game. But whereas like at the start too, Patrick was more in like kind of a submissive role when he was with Tashi, kind of just listening to what she'll say, and then when they start
Patrick?
arguing,
No,
yeah.
no, the reason they break up is because Patrick's like, "No, fuck you, I'm gonna do my own thing." Like he wants to like, he doesn't bow down to Tashi. I think isn't that why they
no,
break up?
Tashi's the one who breaks up with him. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Well,
yeah, no,
the-
but the
the-
reason the
oh,
relationship
let's-
doesn't work out is because Patrick doesn't like bend over backwards for Tashi like she wants him to, right? Is that
I don't
yes and
remember.
no.
I
Like,
could be wrong, maybe.
But it's
Well,
like
they
Yeah, but
either
there's
way,
a
like
reason for that.
it feel like, especially before Tashi and Art get together, he has that kind of like, especially like after Patrick and Tashi break up, Art has this kind of like, confidence and is like, oh, she didn't choose you, she might choose me.
Mm-hmm.
But then the second that he is the chosen one, that's when he returns into like the submissive role and is kind of just like, yeah, I listen to what she says,
Yeah.
Whereas Patrick, because he's kind of like the ex, the like, the one it's like, oh yeah, I fucked your wife.
Right.
He's the like fiery one at that point.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just noticed that the first time that or the second time I watched
Well,
it.
it's
which
funny you're
is
talking about this.
interesting.
I've opened the book to like a random page, and it's the scene. It's a good scene that talks about this thing. It's when Patrick and Tashi are in bed, and Tashi says he's good looking. She's talking about Art. He's good looking. He's smart, and he's really fucking good at tennis. And then Patrick says he's always been very good, and Tashi says no, I'm serious. He's gotten a lot better since he's been here. And then Patrick says, "Are the two of us still playing for your number? Because I thought I won." And then Tashi says, "That's your problem. You always think you won before the match is over." And then Patrick says, "Are we talking about tennis?" And Tashi's like, "We're always talking about tennis."
That's so good.
That's so good. Come on. We're always talking about tennis. That's Challengers.
Yeah.
The
That's Challengers.
end.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Final
let's do ratings.
Avery.
Yeah, okay.
I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. I liked it.
Do you-
I liked it.
What did you not like?
Yeah.
There were some parts. Sometimes the cuts were too much to keep track of it.
What?
No, like the jump back and forth
I-
and like the
I
timelines.
do kind of agree because
Yeah.
well, because I did
Because it's like okay.
because
It's like 13 years ago, 3 years prior, present, a day ago, and it's just like okay, whoa. But
I had started like half of the movie one day and then finished the other half like another day, and I think I had to kind of go back and like
Yeah.
for it to make sense. But then after like a little while, I was like, oh okay, like these jumps make sense.
yeah, it's just when watching it, it's hard to follow.
I mean,
sometimes.
I get it. I like movies like that jump back and forth
Right,
between
okay.
them.
Yeah,
Like
but if it's not,
Oppenheimer,
like,
you know, Social Network.
Overdone.
Okay, I will say now, and this isn't even about you guys, just in general. I see people complain about like non-linear structure in movies, and they, like it doesn't make sense to them. They can't keep up. Unless you're watching the movie with your eyes closed, I don't see how like you can keep up. I don't know. Like there's very distinct things in both phases. I
There's
think
some movies do it well. This one, it's not that they did it
It does it
badly.
so
It was
well.
just like a lot, like a lot of cuts.
I think
you know,
that's what
like-
makes the movie good. It wouldn't be as
But,
impactful.
But I feel like
Yeah.
if you go from like any one scene into any other scene, like there's some kind of like thematic or emotional reason
Exactly.
why it goes there.
Exactly, yeah.
you know?
It's not happening for no reason. Like, hey, let's go to your storyline B now. No, it's like an actual reason.
Right.
why,
Yeah. And like it keeps the like I feel like the film wouldn't have the same impact at all if it just played in like,
Yeah.
chronological order. You get all the
Yeah.
backstory and then there's the tennis
Yeah,
match.
like I'm not saying it was just too much. Jumps.
Yeah. I get
I
you.
mean, I
think-
see it. I can understand. I personally,
Yeah.
I don't know. But sure, I guess.
I get it. I mean,
yeah.
I know people that have made that complaint about this movie. I don't
Mm.
agree with it.
Yeah, no.
But it's not like
But-
some random shit,
Yeah.
like, how can you possibly think that? Like, I get it. I just
Thanks,
completely
guys.
disagree.
I feel appreciated for once. I feel understood.
I feel like their appearances are like different enough in both eras, and there's enough context to differentiate them.
Well, I don't
but
think she's saying it's confusing.
It's just
she-
a lot.
But
Yeah.
do you think it's like...
For
what-
example,
like, are you confused
I will-
about when a scene takes place?
sometimes at first.
Well,
I'll
that's a
say
skill
this.
issue.
that's a skill issue.
Okay.
Go
Alright.
on,
No,
on.
go ahead.
I was gonna say like a movie that I think does it well is Godfather 2, a movie you all like, because I'm like, hey, there's the two timelines.
Well, yeah, because they're so vastly different.
Yes,
They're-
and I understand.
Well, okay, sure.
Anyways, I gave it 6.5. Go, Kianna.
My turn.
I will back you up.
I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd, which would
So
be like
8
an
out of
8
10?
out of 10.
Okay.
I do wish the ending was a little bit like more different. Like I was kind of surprised at like where it ended because I thought there would be a little bit. Well, no, it did come to a very conclusive end, but I was expecting like that there would be a scene following after the match, but it didn't happen. Which
Okay.
that's not
It is
like
a little ambiguous.
It's
yeah.
ambiguous, but
That's fair.
that's
I
probably
get
the
that.
intention.
Yeah.
I liked the color grading. It was
Oh,
really,
it was
really
it's
good.
color grading.
It's a good looking movie.
Yeah, it is a really
You know,
good
Luke
looking-
is really intentional with his colors in his movies, and it's
Yeah.
always done so
He
well.
loves blues, right?
He loves blues. He loves red in Suspiria. It's all like red and stuff. Bones and all is very red, I think.
And his new movie's very gray, and it's his worst one.
Right.
It
I haven't
looks very
seen that one
boring.
yet.
It's
but
not good.
because he didn't use enough blue.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the way, like, because in my brain, I kept thinking about it in the same way I thought about, like, Whiplash, where it creates, like, those tense emotions.
Mhm.
Like, you know, the heightened stakes. And especially knowing, like, tennis, if you've, like, played before, how physically intense it can get. And I do
Yeah.
like that it leans into both, like, the eroticism and the tennis at the
Right.
same time. Like, this
Yeah.
is, like, a duality kind of thing.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
people compared this movie to like Whiplash and like the obsession.
is
way
very- and I
stuff
think-
like that.
And I think, like, because, I don't know, I never saw Whiplash in theaters, and I never saw this movie in theaters, but I feel like like just watching Whiplash on my laptop, it had like this strong like. I was like, oh, like my heart's racing kind of thing. And I think if I had seen this in theaters, it would have genuinely like created the same reaction in me.
Hey, you saw Marty Supreme in theaters.
I did.
Right?
That's like
It
Challengers.
is like Challengers, yeah. Alex, what did you think?
I gave it a 9 out of 10,
No!
and I can't really justify why it's only a 9. Like, it might be a 10. I might bump it up to
Only
a 10.
a 9.
Yeah,
You say that
let's
like it's a
go.
low thing.
Well, because I can't justify why it doesn't get that extra
Is there
point,
anything
you know?
that you think?
No, there's nothing I don't like about it. It's like a perfect movie.
It's a 10!
Yeah.
It's a 10!
Yeah, maybe it's a 10, fuck
Sam?
I gave this a 10. I love this
Yeah.
movie so much. Like, as we're talking about this, because I didn't get a chance to rewatch it before we did this. Like, you know, I love it so much I didn't really have to, but like just watching this, I might just go rewatch it later tonight because I love it so much. And also, one thing we didn't even mention, the acting is also
yeah.
amazing
It's
in
so
this.
good.
All
And
of
it's
the
like only
performances
three
are
of them.
literally, and they're all
Yeah.
amazing.
That's true. It's just 3 people.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
the umpire or whatever, you know.
I don't think a single
I think-
character aside from the 3 are named in the movie.
Lily, their daughter.
True.
That's
true.
fair.
There's like the woman that Patrick is hitting on at the hotel.
That-
There's the woman
I wanna
that gets him
Justice
the
for Lily.
sandwich.
Can we talk about
Who's
that?
on screen for like
I'm
10
sorry.
I'm
Like,
looking at the
she has
cast,
terrible
and it goes
parents.
She
Tashi,
does.
Art, Patrick, umpire, arts physiotherapist, art security guard, Tashi's
Yeah,
mother.
see?
Yeah, it's just a
Lily
Yeah.
isn't even mentioned. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
That was fucked up.
Justice for Lily.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, I give this a 10. This was probably my favorite film of 2020?
Or-
2024,
Not
yeah.
Sonic
Because
3.
I gotta
True
put the beast
Sonic
higher. I
I-
love the beast. It's like my favorite
I
of the
never
decade.
saw The Beast.
You love
I
the
should.
Beast. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good. You
But-
gotta watch Twin Peaks first. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you need to do all of Lynch's filmography and then get to the
Okay.
Beast.
Watch the beast.
But no, I love this film so much. I think
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's great. I love it.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
It's not even a conversation for me. It's a 10. It's easy. For me, the best film of 2024, I think, was between this, The Beast, and Dune Part 2. I love Dune Part 2. That shit changed my life. That was great. In IMAX, it's insane. But no, Challengers, it's a 10. Love this movie a lot. It's Luca's, in my opinion, it's Luca's best movie. It was between
I
this
would
and...
argue Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah, no,
is better,
for me,
but-
it was between this and Call Me By Your
I
Name.
think they're so close. But I haven't seen Call Me By Your Name in a while. I'm kind of scared too because of the Armie Hammer situation.
Yeah.
I feel like that would take away
when
from
I
it.
was like when I watched the movie and then I read like the reviews on it and people were mentioning like all these weird things that he did. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa,
he's a
wait,
cannibal
what?
or something.
Yeah, like cannibal or like just these
What?
weird allegations
Yeah.
against him. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was like
that didn't.
texting some shit to women about how he wants to like eat them or
Oh,
something.
okay.
It was just
I
like...
mean, that
Like-
didn't really affect
Foreplay
my viewing
talk,
experience
it's
of
normal,
it, but
man.
it was just weird. Like,
Yeah. But no, yeah, I love Call Me By Your Name. I think, the whole summer vibe is amazing. It's
Mhm.
great.
love Italy.
Love Italy. Love Sufjan. Love all of
Timothy
that.
Chalamet.
Love
Yeah.
Timmy.
Love
I love
Timothy
We need to
Timmy.
Chalamet
bring
coming in a
back.
peach.
We need to
Yeah.
What?
He comes
Yeah.
in a peach.
And then
He
Armie
does-
Hammer eats
Ew.
it.
No, it's great. It's good. No, it's good. And the guy eats it.
And then,
It's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's good.
That's
Then his lover eats
disgust-
the peach.
You're you're not tapped in, man. These are
Sorry,
normal things.
Okay.
This is a normal
Good to
thing.
know what you do.
It's
Alright. Cool.
It's like-
Alright, on to the next movie. Twilight.
All right.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
Now on to some
Twilight.
Talking about
bullshit.
movies that have no idea what a love triangle is. Twilight. Fucking bullshit. Okay, let me just say this. So I understand. From my understanding of Twilight was like there's a love triangle. There's Jacob,
Yes,
this
yeah.
and that. I watched the first Twilight. There's none of that.
Yeah, because it takes place in the second and
It's-
third. No,
Yeah.
no,
That's
no.
crazy
The-
though.
the
That's
How?
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Because the one like cultural thing about Twilight that everyone knows, even if you haven't seen the movie, is Team Edward or Team Jacob.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
But that's just like Jacob's in this movie for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but he's
Not-
in the entirety of the second movie. There's a
So you
build.
can't do that.
That's
You
fine.
can't do that.
It's like, okay, name one other franchise where like the most iconic thing was in the sequels. You know, it would be.
I
Like,
am your father, Star Wars.
no, but that's like an individual.
No,
line.
that's not the most iconic thing.
No, but
You
that's
don't know
I
I'm
am
your
iconic.
father.
People have lightsabers and like other
It
shit in
would
Star
be
Wars.
like if there was no like the Force in the first movie. It was just like some
No,
rebels like attacking a
But
Death
the
Star.
thing
you know?
is that there's no way that they could have fit. Bella is this quirky girl in Newtown. Bella meets this guy who's really weird. He's a vampire
Yes.
family, and also there's a love triangle.
Yes.
Like, it feels like
nothing happens in this movie.
Nothing happens in the movie.
I don't think they'd be able to.
Honestly, if the love triangle, what's the first movie about? Like, if the love triangle and everything,
Edward
It's
and
like the
Bella
It would have
and the
given the movie a
vampires.
plot and conflict.
The vampires are gonna hunt her mom or something.
Okay.
That's a conflict. She doesn't
her
want
mom in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh no, they're gonna get
They
her.
play
The mom who's like a
baseball.
non-character in the movie. I'm so invested
Well,
in
they
this
had to
conflict.
protect her dad too.
Yeah. Oh my
care
god.
about
I'm
this.
fucking
I like the
Charlie.
dad. I will say.
The
I do like
dad's
like
the
the
great.
dad.
I
You're
like
gonna
the
if
dad.
you watch the later movies, you like him even more because he's just like Jake.
No.
There's one scene in one of the movies where Jacob's just like, I need to show you something. So he starts stripping in front of the dad, and he's like, I don't want to see this.
I was
Son, put your shirt back on.
I was
And then he
explaining
turns
this-
into a wolf.
I was explaining this to Sam earlier because she had not seen like some of the later movies.
You haven't?
I was
I've
like
only seen the
describing this
first two.
exact scene.
Have you
to
seen
her.
all of them?
I think I
Oh,
have.
thank God, okay.
But like a while ago, so I'm due for a
Okay.
rewatch.
Okay, let's rewatch, guys. Yay! Oh my god, no,
But
it's
no,
so
it's
good.
so
Basically,
goofy.
eventually, in the later, I think it's
There is
part
more
one.
sexual tension.
It's part one in Twilight. No. Basically, spoiler alert: Jacob's a werewolf. You guys don't know this yet, but Jacob's a werewolf. Basically, so they're like, we have to make sure that the dad's okay. We need to like reveal that we're vampires and werewolves and and then they go to like the Cullens' house, the mansion in the middle of the forest, and he walks in. He's like, I just watched Jacob turn into a wolf in front of me. Someone explain what the fuck is going on. And it's like a whole because there's about to be a war.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The later movies,
Twilight
it's
War.
She didn't
so.
say a word during the challengers thing. Now she won't shut the fuck up.
Yes,
about
you
some
guys
bullshit.
wanted to talk. Would
Kelly,
you like
it's ever-
to talk about Twilight? I would love to hear what you have to say, Alex.
Yeah,
You know what's funny?
actually.
You know what's funny? Is so Taylor Lautner plays like an indigenous man in this movie,
Right.
Like a Native American tribe. I looked this up because I was curious, and I don't think he's Native American, but he was like, I have a little bit of distant Native American ancestry, which feels like some like Elizabeth Warren bullshit. Where it's like, okay, man,
Okay.
okay, man,
Oh my god.
that doesn't feel right.
No,
All right.
it
But
doesn't.
it's
Also-
weird that he's like not in this movie hardly.
He is mainly like he's.
Also, he looks hideous in this movie. I'm sorry. Fucking stupid.
Hey,
I
he
thought-
gets a haircut
I
in the
thought the
second
whole thing was
movie.
like, oh, it's like two really hot guys competing for like the women and stuff.
Nobody is
No
attract-
one's hot in this movie.
except for Alice. Except for Alice.
Yes,
Okay,
I
sure.
agree.
Alice is the
No.
hottest person. Is
that
the
Anna
only hot
Kendrick?
person.
No,
No,
it's
sorry.
it's
The one that he
Edward is
looked
hot
like.
in this movie.
Like the
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Alice
Edward's
is
like
the
sister who has like the short
It's
hair.
her.
She was
Yeah.
the pitcher.
The,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
baseball
Oh, yeah, they
scene.
play
Yeah,
She's the only hot person in this entire movie.
I like
True.
Carlisle.
I like
The
Carlisle.
dad.
Carlisle?
They're all so
I don't know
creepy
these names.
and
man.
It's the
weird.
dad. Carlisle.
And
the
their
dad.
face
It's-
like twitches every 5 seconds, and they don't know how to say a line, and
Okay,
it's so.
okay. So Bella doesn't behave like a normal human
No,
being,
she
right?
doesn't.
None of them do. Now, I thought the movie would justify this and be like, "Hey, isn't Bella like a secret vampire or like a secret?" No, she's a normal person.
She just looks like that.
Well, she turns
Her
into
face
a
is
vampire.
always contorted for some reason, and everything's
She's always
like,
biting her
very
lip.
She's
Yeah,
biting her lip.
and she's like blinking 20 times per second. Like, she's just a little
Like-
goofy.
Like, okay, the actors in this movie, like, outside of the film itself, like, obviously are very attractive. Like, Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson is insanely hot.
Yeah, of course.
But
like,
they're
in
not hot in this.
movie,
Taylor
like
Lautner.
she goes into
And
like the
Taylor
class and she has to like sit beside him and she's looking at him and it's like these close-ups on his face and he's like twitching and he looks
Yeah.
like a school shooter and it's like it's crazy. It's like how okay, I don't understand why the character is into him, but I also don't understand how millions of teenage girls were like, I'm obsessed with this man. He's so fucking hot.
I don't
He looks
get
insane.
it. I actually don't see it at
I
all.
don't see it.
Robert
Guys.
Pattinson's an extremely attractive guy.
He's extremely
He's
hot,
crazy.
but he looks insane in this movie.
He looks so bad in this movie.
Oh my! god.
It looks like his eyes
also-
are gonna pop out of his head.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
like,
you were talking about like the way it's shot. The way this movie's shot is actually
my God.
fucking
It's
crazy.
It's
No.
me and the smile.
So we were watching this movie, and there's a scene in the forest where they finally walk in the
Yeah.
forest for the first time. For some reason, the camera's doing backflips.
The scene where she's like, "Oh, say it. Oh, I'm a vampire," and
Yeah.
the camera's like between these lines of dialogue. It's like flying.
We were
Flying
laughing
around
so
them.
we were watching this last night, and that came on, and we laughed about it for 5 minutes straight.
Like,
not like just
it's
constant
Yeah, the bit-
laughing.
the
Like
bit-
it's not just like the awkward acting or like Robert Pattinson on the verge of laughing between takes.
Yeah.
It's like the editing is sometimes
No,
kind
it's
of like
crazy.
so-
Like, we were watching the movie and we were like, the director was probably like, oh, this is an interesting scene, but hold on, look at the camera. Look at
Having a fun time. Yay! So fun. Like, they're just having a good time. They're like, wait, this would be so
I
cool.
thought, like, okay, they're gonna get attacked now. Maybe there's something flying in to kill them. No, they're just like,
yeah, it looks like some like Evil Dead vision when it's like the dead eyes kind of.
yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
no,
It's
it's
the camera just does that. Like I have some notes, and my very
Okay.
first note is, why does it look like that? Like
It's a blue
immediately when the
movie.
movie starts, it's
It's
like,
so
why? It
blue.
looks so bad.
It's very
Oh my, okay. I have one note for this movie. You know how
Oh.
whenever we watch like Abduction, you did your whole math rant and stuff like that.
No, that was
Okay.
Yes.
I want to talk about
that was How to
biology
Build
just
a
for a
Better
second.
Boy.
Oh, how to build a better boy. I want to talk about biology for a second, okay? Now they're investigating like mitosis of like an onion cell, okay?
Yes.
And initially it's an anaphase, right? That's fine, that's normal. No, if you look this up, it stays in anaphase for about 30 to 60 minutes. Somehow, this fucking cell teleports from like anaphase to fucking metaphase in like seconds.
Prophase.
Prophase and then metaphase in like seconds. That's not how it works at all. I haven't done much biology. I've taken like a couple, but I know that much. I know that I've done that onion root tip experiment to know that it takes an hour of you sitting there like a fucking idiot waiting for the stupid cell to transform into the next phase, and it doesn't. Even then, it doesn't. But
There's
somehow.
like 3 phases in like a minute.
It's crazy. And Sam was like, "Oh, maybe they're like swishing it out." I was
Yeah,
like, "No, that's not how the experiment works. It's supposed to be one cell. Otherwise, it doesn't
I
make any
thought they
sense."
were switching it out.
No, but that's not the experiment because they're investigating one cell, one onion
yeah,
root
but it's
tip cell.
one, like, it's an onion cell. Like, I don't know, all the
Wha-
cells do they not look all the same? It's an onion cell.
It's
like
an
taking
onion-
a skin cell. You can have the different
it's an
phases
onion
to look
cell,
at.
but most of
Like,
them.
all I can say, in school, I definitely was like, or there was an experiment I did where it was like, here's an animal cell, here's the different things, like dictate which phase each thing is in.
Yeah.
I thought that's what they were doing.
Right, sure, but even then, the amount of time it takes for each phase to like come across, it's crazy. That's not how it works. That's not even possible.
Well, you look at it.
No, it's not possible.
I know what
it's
you're
not
saying,
scientifically
but
possible.
like if they're switching it out, then that
They're
is
not
possible.
switching anything out in a cell. There's many. Look,
I
it's
know. As an ex-biology
Sure.
major,
It's a part of an onion thing,
Actually,
and there's many
yeah.
and there's many
Actually-
cells in there, and one of them might be in anaphase,
Yes.
the other might be in metaphase.
Yes.
But for either of them to go into prophase, it's gonna take 30 to 60
yes,
minutes.
I agree, but they're like there could be different cells in the one thing, or they're switching the different cells.
Even if that's the case, you can't figure out if it's anaphase or like fucking prophase in like a minute
I mean,
or
if
two.
Edward has done this
Wow.
like 100 times,
Okay,
'cause he's a
that's actually a
vampire,
good point. Maybe Edward just
I'm
knows.
sure
He's
Why-
memorized all the biology, the
Why-
curriculum.
Why do they choose to stay in high school?
Right.
Like they can
There's no logical
wall
reason
of all
why
their
they'd be in high
degrees.
school.
graduation counts
He
and
peaked in
stuff.
high school.
Why
He
would he be in
did.
high school?
Yeah.
I never took biology.
Loser.
Look, have
Well,
do, like,
okay,
a
I took
unit
like a
of
general,
biology.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I never took a biology class.
Well, me neither, but I still did like the onion shit.
I never
Mm.
did
Like grade
that.
10 or
We weren't
something.
cool.
Okay, the dialogue in this film. Right?
Oh,
Let's talk about the
God.
dialogue. In this
I
film.
will say, like, I have like a note about like it's really interesting to see how like upon like rewatch and knowing like where Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart's like careers are now
Mhm.
and how much they have changed and like progressed past Twilight. It's so like kind of weirdly uncanny to see them playing like awkward 17-year-old teenagers and
Mm.
I don't know, just like knowing how both of them had like so much more potential. Especially it was weird like with Kristen Stewart because she's like so much more like timid and shy in like that phase of her life and then
I like how you didn't mention Taylor Lautner in this conversation.
Yeah.
Because Taylor Lautner hasn't been in.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He was in Abduction.
yeah.
We know for a fact that he was in at least one other movie. And
Yeah.
we know because this piece of shit made us suffer through it.
What do you mean? He was
No.
in Ridiculous 6.
No, yeah, the
I-
Kristen
Fake
Stewart
movie.
career trajectory is really interesting. I think it's crazy.
I-
She turned gay, and
then-
that's when that's how it's
That's
saved.
what saved her
That's what
career.
saved her career, really.
And then her confidence raised up.
That's really what like the whole.
Yeah. No,
Robert
one thing.
Pattinson turned her gay.
Yeah.
She cheated on him and then she became gay.
Yeah,
They
she
used to
did
date.
cheat on him.
Did she?
Yeah,
They were
Oh.
they were engaged for a bit.
Oh.
Yeah, and
They
then
were
like the
engaged?
tabloids
Yeah.
like got like a photo of her like kissing another guy and it became
Oh,
like a
shit.
whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know that she cheated on him.
Drama.
Yeah.
No, but
Drama.
what I was gonna say is that with like bad scripts, because like there are some really bad lines in this movie. Oh my
Yeah.
god, the dialogue is bad. But I think one thing that is just like something common is like it's always comes from a book adaptation, and it's normally of like these teen books or like these romance novels where like they have a huge fan base, it gets turned into a movie, and a lot of the people are looking for, you know, specific scenes, specific lines that they say.
Mm.
And so like as much as it will be like cringy in the book, it's even cringier when you actually see them like, you know,
Doing
say
it.
it. And so I
Yeah.
can bet almost all of those really cringy lines are just because they wanted to be like, oh, we'll throw this in from the book.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh my god, you know, if you read the
Yeah.
book,
Said
you're
the
like, oh
thing.
my
I will
god, they
say,
said the thing.
I have read the books, and I do remember really liking the books when I read them.
Well, how old were you when you read these
13,
books?
14.
That makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
We need to abolish these YA romance like adaptations.
I say this to Sam all the time. I truly,
God.
Kissing
No.
booth like that kind
I
of
truly,
like the
I
game.
don't see
I do like
any
it, yeah.
real reason why anybody should be reading YA books, but that's just me.
Okay,
There's real books you can read. Trust me, there's so many of them.
there are some YA books that are actually good though.
Like what?
Hunger Games.
After Love is a really good sapphic
Okay,
romance.
I haven't heard of that.
YA
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
Movie book. If
Mhm.
you want a good sapphic YA romance.
Is the
Read
Hunger
that,
Games
sure.
YA? Is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Hunger
Yeah.
Games is good.
Yeah. Fuck
like
you,
Maze
bitch.
Runner and Divergent.
Yay!
Like all
Fake
Maze Runner
movies.
is bad.
They're
It's
real
just-
movies.
I mean, I don't know any of that shit, but
Yeah, but like
it's like a different genre. That's like the YA like dystopian.
Right.
sci-fi.
That was a whole thing.
Peak, guys. Peak.
No, it's not peak. No.
No, but, like-
Maze Runner is not peak.
I
It's
do-
Dylan O'Brien. Send help.
Send help.
True. They gotta send help for me after watching this bullshit, man.
No, I'm sure there's some good ones, but I personally also support the abolishment of YA books.
Okay.
I think.
I think it's more so the adaptations. Because it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like when you read a book, you can notice when there's a little bit cringy lines. But I feel like it's 10 times worse when you like watch a movie of it. Like there are so many like romance books that have been turned into movies, and you see the clips of this and they say the most like forced sentence ever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they would never say that. They
know-
would never say
Right,
that.
and I hate shitting on like YA books and stuff because they're made for like a specific audience, and I get that you're a certain you're a certain age and like you want to read these books, that's fine. So I don't like shitting on them, but like if I was reading a book and I read one of these lines that are in this movie, I'd start crying. I'd actually just start crying. I'm like, no.
God.
But there's some great lines. There's you know these lines. Say it.
Spider monkey.
So the lion fell in love with the lamb. What a stupid lamb. What a masochistic lion. He says something else. Or, how old are you? 17. How long have you been 17?
That's a classic. I
while.
knew that one.
I'm
Or,
so
yeah,
proud.
hold on, spider monkey. Or, like, what else?
Say it.
I want to
Oh,
say
yeah,
something.
say it.
I want to say something because I actually, and this is a genuine question, to the Twilight heads over here. Like, do the future movies acknowledge, or does this movie, in your opinion, acknowledge the fact that Bella and Edward are like an insanely crazy and toxic relationship? Like, does it
You
acknowledge?
think it's toxic?
It's fucking weird. That's for sure.
When I
Well, okay. I think
problematic
no,
age gap.
Okay, well, okay,
Yeah,
I guess
there's
there
the
is that.
age gap.
Sorry, I put that as
No. The problem it's the age gap, but it's also the fact that he's like, hey, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna eat you.
And she's like, oh my god.
He's also
Yeah.
like
Well,
100
okay.
years old, hanging around a
Yeah.
high school to parents of 15-year-olds. That's a little toxic.
She in later movies she turns into a vampire. I think they're
so weird.
but I feel like their relationship goes up from there. Well,
it's been a while since I rewatched like the previous
you-
movies, so
He's
if
just
you
grooming her to
think
be a
if
vampire.
if talking about grooming.
What the fuck? That is
What?
So basically in the later movies, so there's
Oh god, I already know what you're
I
gonna
know.
talk about.
So there's
Oh,
Jacob.
no.
There's Jacob who's like he's 16. Why? He's 16, 17. He's a
the
Same age,
as
same age.
Bella.
So-
but
so-
like by the movies progressing, they're
he's like
getting
18
older,
at
right?
least.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's just he
there's-
ages.
He,
like,
yeah,
very
yeah,
well.
I mean,
all
yeah,
age.
yeah, and basically, so Bella and Edward they have a child because they have
Oh,
a
the
child.
CGI baby, I know.
Yes.
that. Yeah.
So there's this thing in the Wolf Clan thing that's called imprinting. So basically, he imprints on their baby, meaning that he's like in love with their baby.
Yeah.
This
Love
is
with
why.
their baby?
This is why we need to abolish YA books. I think this is bad
This
for
is
the
not
brain.
a YA problem. This is a
Dude,
Twilight
but guess-
problem.
Yeah,
But it gets
okay.
even crazier.
Does
because,
it?
Well, no, I'm saying like you know how he nicknames her Nessie, and then Kristen Stewart's like Nessie, you nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness monster.
Oh my god.
That's another iconic line.
That is a very iconic line. Guess what the baby's name is? You'll never know.
Nessie?
No.
No.
Renesmee.
Yeah, Renesmee.
God.
That's a combination of syllables I never would have come up with.
Well, it's a
Renesmee.
combination of the two parents' name. No? Wait, it's a combination of two of their names. What
Is
are
it
the
their
other-
last name?
No. What are the vampires' names?
Uh,
It's like the mom. I know for a fact because this is in the books, and I remember thinking like, oh, that's why they named it Renesmee. Because I watched the movies and I read the book. Regardless, doesn't matter. All right, final ratings, guys.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
what?
What?
Oh, are we
still have stuff to say?
We just
then
started.
say.
Oh,
I don't have much to say about this. It's a
okay.
great watch.
Do you think I'm asking this to both of you, I guess, since
Mhm.
I know you guys like the movie more than we do.
Well, I find
But-
it like a fascinating movie.
It's
That's
a great
just-
movie
it's
to
such a
watch,
weird
not
movie.
sober.
Do you think Bella and Edward's relationship is actually like cute and like hashtag goals?
It's really weird.
I'm Team Jacob, so
I used to be Team Jacob, but then in the later movies, he's kind of weird with her because, like, I don't know.
I think she should maybe
No.
not be dating werewolves and vampires.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
think-
like a normal guy.
That's
Listen,
way
I-
too
normal
normal.
woman.
Yeah.
Upon rewatch, like I forgot how much of like not just Edward is a freak, but Bella too is like really weird and I don't know. And
quirky.
She is
she's not just
quirky.
quirky, but
called her
she's like
cactus.
she's just like fully into everything Edward does, no matter
Yeah.
how bizarre it is. And you know what? They just matched each other's freaks, and
But it's so strange. Like it's so like he tells her I like watching you sleep. And yet
I like
she's
watching
like,
you sleep.
Yeah, she's
She's
like,
like,
oh
oh
my
my
god, and then they make out, but then he's like, no, I have to stop myself.
it's
I
like
might
no,
eat
and he
you.
throws her
Yeah,
against the
no,
wall.
I'm sorry.
personal
We can't keep
brand of
making out
heroin.
because I might eat you. I might drink your blood. Okay.
And she's like, oh my
She's like, oh my god, you
God.
stopped for me. Oh my god, he loves me.
You're my own
And, like,
personal
oh my-
brand of
it's
heroin.
Oh god.
I'm checking the notes that I wrote, and like the fake like reason that she's in the hospital. Oh, she fell down a flight of stairs through the window.
She's so fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
And she's
What?
so
Why do I not remember that?
she's so mean to her friends too. Her friends are like talking about the prom that she's not going to because she's like, oh, I have to go. Whatever, I can't go.
I don't do
And
that.
then her friends are next to her talking about like, hey, we should go get dresses. And then she invites herself. She's like, oh, hey, can I join you guys? And they're like, yeah, oh my god, sure, let's go. So then they're trying on these dresses. They're looking in the mirror and, you know, being like, oh, Bella, what do you think? And she's kind of like out of it. And she's like, I just really want to go to this bookstore. I think I'm just going to go. I'll meet you guys at the restaurant. It's like you invited yourself and then you're
It's
ditching your
crazy.
friends
I-
because you're so quirky and you don't like dresses and you
Mhm.
want to go to a cute bookstore instead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like,
Also, Anna
God.
Kendrick's here. And
She is
And
there.
100% the movie, yeah.
Movie.
You know, this movie is very much, I think, a product of its time. It's like a
It
late
is.
2000s,
It
you
is.
know.
But I feel like you can't really like hate it. It's just
No,
so
I hate it,
iconic-
but like,
okay.
it's
it's
Like,
iconic. I agree.
It's iconic, but it's weird. You know.
it is iconic. I will give it that. It was like a cultural
Yeah.
phenomenon,
It
whatever.
is,
Like,
I will say,
you know
I-
how you know the movie's iconic is that like I watched the movie and I feel like I don't know any more about it than I did before I watched it. You know?
That's
Like
fair.
I feel like I've seen the movie.
yeah, no,
before,
exactly. I feel like
you know?
I've seen this entire
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
No, like
Hmm.
I shout out to Tyler's basement where back in high school, a lot of the times, like, you know, as the night was like ending and everybody was super tired, they would always put on Twilight. And so
Hell
we'd
yeah.
always we'd watch the first half hour, and maybe by that point everyone was asleep, because normally I was the one who was still awake, and then I'd switch it off. Or we'd watch the first half hour, and then they'd skip to the baseball scene.
Yeah. You
And
know
then
what?
we all were like, oh my god, Alice is so hot.
You know
That's-
what? Maybe the Challengers version of Twilight would have been baseball.
Yeah,
That's
true.
true.
Because the baseball scene.
Because
Yeah.
so they do play a sport. Also, speaking of that, like I explained this to you, but I also had like a high school memory where a mutual friend did like a Twilight themed birthday
Mhm.
party, and I'd suggested something stupid like, "Hey, let's make a game called Pin the Eyebrows on the Edward." And so I had like a picture of Edward printed out, and then I just cut out his eyebrows, and we like blind played
That's
Pin the Tail on the
amazing.
Donkey,
Yeah.
but with Edward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
It's such a
Alex, are there any scenes in this movie you like?
You know, I have a note on this. There is one scene I like.
Oh, okay.
yes.
I don't even remember exactly the context of this, but I have it in my notes. I said I like this. I like the scene where Edward tells Bella that she has nothing going on in her head, and she looks at him in a way that proves that he's definitely right.
Oh my god, no! Because we were watching the movie, and you know, Edward's like, "Oh, I can't read you," and I was like, "What if she's just like really stupid?
Yeah,
She's just really
There's nothing going
Yeah.
on.
Or like
And then she just looks at him like so blankly. We're like, yeah, she has nothing going on. He's so right.
the one line I actually like in this movie is when they're walking through like the field trip that they're having at like the greenhouse or whatever, and Bella's like, "You don't even say hi to me," and then Edward's like, "Hi."
Yeah, I liked that scene.
It's like there's some. It's just you can't like. I understand you can't really take this movie seriously.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious. Like if
I think the movie is taking itself seriously, which is why it doesn't
Is
quite
it?
work.
I
That's
think
the
it
problem. It's like I'm trying to imagine myself as like a teenage girl that would like this
Yeah.
movie. But the problem is, I feel like the movie gets too bogged down in like vampire lore. Like there's too much like bullshit going on where it's like if I'm watching this movie as a teenage girl, I'm watching it for like the relationship and
Right,
the romance.
right.
And there's too much bullshit going on
Yeah.
where it's like you can't even get invested in that.
Yeah.
You know? Like at a certain point, like halfway through the movie, I'm like, what's even happening?
It's
man? I
actually
don't care about
crazy
this
how
shit.
you know you guys mentioned like they leave all the main meat of the series to like the second and third movies, and this movie is supposed to be about the setup of the relationship, but it does such a bad job at setting that relationship up.
Yeah, and it becomes about like the vampires like trying to like kill her or some shit. Like I don't even know, man. I just zoned out.
I will say, me personally, I'm not like a big fan of like these teenage, vampire wolf movies. There's many stuff. There's a lot of stuff. There's like the Vampire Diaries and like Teen Wolf and stuff
Buffy
like
the
that.
Vampire Slayer is
Sure,
another
yeah,
one.
it's very much not my thing, and so I would have never liked this movie. But even then, I feel like it was so poorly done that there's
I feel like at least if they just committed fully to like the relationship, and if there's at least like one or two interesting things there, then like maybe I could see it. But like it does such a bad job with it, and then the movie just drops it for like the second half. And I feel like there's just nothing to attach yourself to.
Yeah.
Like even if I'm like imagining I'm the demographic for this movie, like I just can't imagine why this movie was so popular. Like I don't get it. The actors look insane in this. Like it's not romantic. I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I don't know, man. I feel like Bella in this movie, she's such an interesting character. I don't know what she sees in Edward. I don't get it.
I get what he sees in her because she looks like a vampire.
Yeah.
Like,
and also he wants to like eat her.
He wants to eat her, that's what he
that's
sees.
why he's
like,
into
if she
her.
looks at a taste, she'll eat her.
The only thing I can blame it on is like teenage like hormones or something, because I can't think of any other reason why she'd
Surely
And
there's
it's
like a
like-
better movie about like a horny 14-year-old
Yeah.
girl.
And it's also like I think
Surely.
it also plays on like this idea
we're like,
I feel like if I was a horny 14-year-old girl, I'd rather watch like Challengers than Twilight. That's just me personally.
No,
Like,
but
you want hot people? There's 3 hot people in this movie. It's good.
I feel like the thing with like a lot of these kind of like supernatural like teen romance movies. Okay.
Just like taking personal offense to it.
I just think it's funny. Continue.
I feel like the thing with like all of these kind of like teen romances with like a supernatural element is that there's this kind of emphasis on like the kind of like fated mate where it's like, oh, you know, they have literally no reason to like each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, Edward has no reason to protect her and like, you know, like
he
her.
loves her.
And like,
Okay.
like Bella doesn't have any reason to like him. He's gonna fucking eat her. And so it's like, it feels like there's this emphasis on like, you're the special one. You're the one for me.
Yeah.
You're the reason why. Like, it's like all of these things where it's like, everybody else is bad except for you. You were the one for me, you know? And I feel like it's this fantasy that a lot of these teen romances play into.
Mhm.
Where it's like, oh, I want this one person to be like, you are the only
Right,
person.
he's the guy that like no girl is good enough
Yeah.
for him, you know.
Yeah.
But she's the special one.
She's the
She's the
special
one
one.
that he chose.
And it's like, that's what
True
every
love,
teenage
true
girl
love.
wants to
It's a
see them
similar-
as. They
yeah.
want to see themselves as the special one, as the main
Yeah.
character who has something different to everybody else that
Mhm.
makes one guy like her over everybody
Right,
else.
and every guy wants to be a vampire. He's got a little something for
It
everyone.
does suffer from like the
Every guy
Disney
wants-
every
original
guy wants to
syndrome of
sparkle.
like
Yeah.
the
Every
romance
guy
thing.
wants to
It's also
sparkle.
so rushed, you know, like the first time Edward sees Bella and he runs away and stuff and he comes back, Bella's like, oh my god, why didn't you like call me or something? Like,
Yeah,
just
like,
ran away.
what?
You've never spoken to the guy. You know, he's a fucking lab partner. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then he's like, why are you here instead of Arizona? And she's like, it's a complicated story. It's really not
it's
that
not.
complicated.
No, my parents divorced. I moved here. That's
That's literally
a
it.
normal thing.
But yeah,
Oh.
it's definitely a movie.
Yeah.
Well,
It's an
somehow,
iconic.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay, folks.
Yeah.
I just opened the
What?
Challenger's screenplay again, and I opened up to a line where Lily, Tashi's daughter, says, "Can we watch Spider-Verse?" And
Oh,
Tashi says, "Of course, baby. We're just talking about tennis." And then Lily says, "You're always talking about tennis." That's a movie right there.
That's a movie,
That's a
man.
movie
Okay,
right there.
okay.
Setup, payoff. Like a movie.
Anyways, we're talking
So
about
pale.
Twilight.
You know, if we want to talk about like a Twilight scene that's kind of Challengers adjacent, there is one scene in one of the future movies where I hope you know what I'm talking about.
Probably.
Like they're on like a mountain for some reason because there's some kind of like thing happening with like involving Bella.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so it's like Jacob, Edward, and Bella they're like hiding in this cave.
No, they're in a tent.
Oh, they're in a tent. Okay, and like Bella's like freezing. She's cold.
Because there's
it's the
a blizzard.
mountain.
There's a
There's a
blizzard
blizzard.
happening.
And
Edward's cold. Edward and Bella are dating at this point.
yeah, like
And
they're-
Edward's
they're
cold
in a-
because he's a vampire.
Yeah,
All
so
right, I'll let you
like, and then because she's cold, one of them is like, "Oh no, like we gotta warm her up," and then Jacob's like, "Oh, you can't do it because you have like cold skin or whatever. It's
Mhm.
gotta be me." So he like takes off his shirt, whatever, and he like lays down and hugs Bella.
Oh
This
my
guy
God.
got
Start
cucked right in
spooning.
front of his face,
Yeah.
and it's like.
Oh, we love that.
I feel like we should have chosen one of the future Twilight movies
Yeah,
to
but they
compare this,
wouldn't,
but then
like-
they wouldn't like they. You guys probably wouldn't.
What's your
watch-
ranking of the 5 Twilight films?
There's 5 of them.
There is.
What's your ranking?
Oh God, because it's been a while, so I don't really.
I
know.
guarantee. I feel like if we watched like the 4th movie, we'd probably understand all of it. And I don't think there's much to these movies. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while because last time I did like a Twilight watch party with people, we only got through like 2 of the movies, I think.
Okay, then just rank what you... Do you think this one's the best one?
I feel like no, because there's not enough tension between Jacob and
Mhm.
Edward. Like
You
that's
think-
missing,
Okay.
and that's integral.
Jacob's not in the movie.
Yeah,
Jacob's
well,
not in the
okay.
movie. We need more
It gets-
Taylor
yeah.
Lautner.
I
shows up to do,
agree,
like-
people.
Yeah.
He shows up for a second to do some like exposition about something that doesn't even matter.
I like
Yeah.
Taylor Lautner. I think his character gets like progressively a little bit more manipulative in like the future movies because like he's constantly trying to convince Bella to like leave Edward for him.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the exact lines, but I know he says like weird stuff to her.
Yeah.
And it's
But I'd say my favorite, I like the second one the best.
okay.
It goes like 2, 3, 1, 4, 5.
Oh wow, you have your
I have my
rankings on
ranking,
there.
people.
Damn.
Anyways, final ratings, guys. Do you guys want to start? I'll say this: I'm not giving this a ranking because there's so many factors that depend on if I like it.
Give
or
it
not.
like
What
a
do you
range
mean?
or something.
I genuinely there's times where I could watch this and it's a 10. There's times I could watch it to 1. It really
Okay,
depends
like
who I'm watching
talking
it with.
about it as like a movie, just judging the movie by
Well, but you can't.
the
'cause
same way you
can't.
judge Challengers.
You
Well,
can't,
can
though.
say,
You
like,
genuinely
I think this
can't.
is a bad movie, but like I love watching it.
Yeah,
Like, I think
okay.
it's, like,
a
a
bad
4
movie,
out of
but I
10
do
movie, but it's a
enjoy.
10 out of
Yeah.
10
So what's your
experience,
rating?
you know?
Then?
I genuinely don't think I could rate this movie.
Like,
Like,
it
I
depends
don't-
on, like, the experience.
It
that you're
depends,
watching.
yes, who you're watching it with, if you're sober or
It's-
not. Like,
it's
there's so
definitely-
I can't.
It's
Okay, well,
definitely a lot
it's the
more
first
fun, like,
non-rating in real in
Infinite,
history.
the
Yeah, just
infinity
infinite,
side.
yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like the Kissing Booth is like a 2 out of 10 movie, but it's a 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you're like watching with other people, and that's what Twilight
Exactly.
kind of is. It's
Yeah.
like you have to experience it with people, otherwise
Yeah.
it's kind of boring.
When I'm watching the Kissing Booth with friends in Minecraft, it's like this is
That's
the greatest
awesome.
movie
Yeah.
ever made. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, you guys.
Kianna, what's your
Kianna?
rating?
Kind of on the same note as what she said, like it does depend on if you're watching it with friends. I gave it, I think, either a 2.5 or a 3, just because it's so
Out
like,
of 5 or
iconic.
out of...
Out of 5.
Okay!
'Cause-
I like that.
Because it's just so iconic.
That's a 5.
And I feel like I can't fully, like, hate this movie, even though
Mhm.
there's so many things that are unlikable, like, just acting-wise and, like, how blue this movie is, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just, it's too iconic, and it's too weird, and it's
Yeah.
very of
So
its
put
time.
it in the middle. That's actually fair.
In
I
the
might do the
middle.
same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... No, I'll stick with my infinite.
And it's very fun watching
Infinity
it with
out of
other
10.
people,
Yeah.
so Twilight
Yes.
Watch Party should have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll force
Alex?
everyone.
Oh, Alex?
Give it a 3 out of 10. Some bullshit.
Whoa.
You've
That's
rated...
crazy.
What's crazy is I'm sure there's other movies that I've recommended that you've rated lower.
I like this more than Abduction.
Abduction was
Yeah.
just that was
Abduction is generally one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Abduction, yeah, it is one of the worst things I've
Yeah,
ever
have you seen
watched.
Abduction?
No.
You should watch it.
God.
We'll watch that together.
There's truly nothing to say about that movie. It's the
Yeah.
most nothing movie.
there's
a movie
at
has
least
ever done.
Other
something.
Taylor Lautner
Oh,
movie
yeah.
that
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
we
found.
discovered a new Taylor Lautner movie called Tracer. It's like Abduction Part 2.
the
But, like,
the
parkour.
poster looks literally
Is it the
like
parkour movie?
yeah.
I've seen that.
Oh my-
You have.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God.
All right, Sam.
Insane.
Sam, what's your rating?
I gave this a 4 out of 10.
Hell
I
yeah.
can agree that as a watching experience with friends, it's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
But just on like the movie itself, it has a really good soundtrack.
It does.
I don't mind how it looks. I kind of like the vibe along with the soundtrack. Everything else kind of sucks.
I mind how it looks. It looks like a music video. It's-
Radiohead is in this movie.
Radiohead
Yeah.
was in this
Radiohead,
movie.
15 Step.
That was like weird. I never watched the credits of Twilight like ever before, and so
Mhm.
when I fully finished this film, I decided to stick around for the credits. And then like Radiohead started playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, Radiohead's in Twilight.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know-
I had no idea because I've heard that album a million times, and so when I
It's
heard
like,
that beat, I was
oh,
like, "Whoa!"
Like my sleeper agent trigger was
Yeah.
like activated.
It's funny because I remember a while ago, my friend Tyler, who, you know, every single time, you know, the party was ending, we'd watch Twilight. He, like, showed me this song called, Flightless Bird, American Mouth. And I was like, oh, this is a good song. I like this song. And then when I was watching it again, and the scene at the end plays where they're, like, dancing, that's the song that plays. And I was like, he got this from Twilight. I did not realize he got this from Twilight. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, shout out again to Tyler.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I did not know that song was from Twilight.
Um,
It's a good song. Can't believe it's in the movie. I don't know why it's playing while they're dancing, but yeah.
I gave this a 4 out of 10, and that's only because I was watching it with Sam. Otherwise, it would be like a 3 or 2. But
yeah.
not a real movie. But you know, I appreciate and respect the impact it's had, and
it has had quite a cultural.
it's had a crazy
Yeah.
cultural
As
impact, and I
bad-
respect that.
as bad as the acting in like the movie itself can be, it's really like crazy. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was like a
There's
true
something kind
like
of special
yeah.
about like the way it cultivated this weird fan base of people.
yeah. I mean, I was like I don't know, I was like 12 or something when the last movie was out, and I remember seeing posters of it around. Like it was huge. It was
Never
crazy.
underestimate the power of a straight female fan base.
Yeah.
They will go crazy. Like it's true. It's
It
just
is
it's
true.
true.
And the
It is
whole,
true.
the
It is
whole like
true.
The
Jacob
straight
or
women are
Edward
very
thing.
powerful and
Yeah,
scary.
this is true.
They are.
But I think much like Challengers,
They are.
the two
Yeah.
guys should have had sexual tension.
True, I
I'm scared
agree.
of straight
If
ones.
Jacob and Edward started making out, I'd be like, okay,
True,
this
if
is
they
a good
started
movie.
playing like horny baseball or whatever, maybe.
Yeah.
You'd be more
I can't
wanted.
believe I've seen Twilight. Like, I've gone my entire life without having seen this movie, and people around me talk about it, like, oh my god, Twilight. I'm like, I haven't seen it. I'm free. But now I have. It's so. Okay. Well,
Right,
okay,
connection.
we have a simple connection. Well,
Oh
no.
yeah, I love
The love
triangle.
triangle doesn't count because Twilight isn't a fucking love triangle. It's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
maybe in the later
Um,
movies you could make some bullshit case about like, oh, like the way they're like fighting over Bella is the sexual tension between them. Just
There
like
is some
Challenge-
sexual tension. I feel
I
like.
feel like yeah,
In this movie?
No, in the
we're
later
talking
ones.
about.
'Cause Jacob's
Anyways,
not really
it's
in it.
just this movie though, and just Challengers.
There's sports.
There
Okay,
are
yeah,
sports.
okay, baseball, supermassive black hole.
There's
Mhm.
my
people
muse.
hitting balls.
People do
That's
hit
true.
balls.
They both have good soundtracks.
They do both have good soundtracks.
No.
This is true.
No,
They're both
no,
kind
you
of-
can't put that on the same level as
I
talent.
know!
What's going on?
I know. I'm just saying.
Yes,
I'm
you
trying
can,
to
Sam.
find a
Keep it up.
connection. Please
Take
let
that
me
back.
find.
Please take
no,
that back.
fuck you.
Okay.
They're both very blue movies, although Twilight is like way more blue than
That's true.
Challengers.
In both movies, the camera does a few cool tricks, like those two
Especially-
spinning. Yeah,
Except
yeah.
it works in Challengers. It doesn't work
Yeah,
in
Challengers,
Twilight.
there's a reason
I
for
got
it.
wait. When the like evil vampires show up, is there like a POV shot of them running, or am I making that up?
There's
in
a
my
few
head?
POV shots.
There's POV shots in both movies.
Okay. Sure.
I feel like you could say that for any movie. I feel like there's a lot. Okay. What else?
That's it.
Robert Pattinson was Batman, and Zendaya was in Spider-Man.
They're both
This
in
is true.
superheroes.
Robert
superhero.
Pattinson and Zendaya are in a movie now. The
They
drama.
are. They're in 3 movies this year. Did you know that?
The
What?
drama.
The drama.
Dune.
Part 2.
3.
What was the
Messiah.
other one?
I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
They're both in Dune.
There's
yeah,
a
Robert
third one?
Pattinson's in the new Dune.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
What's the
third
third
one?
one?
Oh, The Odyssey.
Oh
That's
my
the third
God.
one.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, the drama, Dune Part 3, and The Odyssey.
That's
They're in
crazy.
3 movies this year.
Do you know who Zendaya? I'm sorry, no, Robert Pattinson's playing in Dune.
I don't remember his name. He's like one of the bad guys in Dune Messiah.
I see.
I haven't read Dune Messiah.
I wonder how.
I thought Paul was the bad guy.
I wonder how Tom
Well,
Holland
yeah,
feels
but-
about this movie.
I think he loves it. From what I've heard, I think he loves the movie.
Challengers?
Yeah. Like,
Tom
Not
Holland's in
Twilight.
the Odyssey.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember there was like this whole thing where like at the same time that Zendaya was filming Challengers, Tom Holland was filming something else where there's like a gay sex scene
Oh,
with
he's
someone
on the
else.
show.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I forget what it was, and they were like, "Wow, they're
Wow.
wilded. They're going crazy."
Guys, I'm so excited for the Odyssey. Like, oh, it's gonna be
God.
so good. I'm really excited.
That's
guys.
a movie.
That's a movie. But yeah, okay. Well, thank you all for listening. Kianna, any last words? Yeah, we're gonna kill you after this. We're gonna put you down.
Yeah.
put me
Yeah.
down. They're gonna shoot
Guys,
me out back.
say bye to Kianna because she's never coming back.
God damn it.
No, maybe Kianna can come back if she likes.
I think that would be
I would
fun.
love
Yeah,
to.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kianna, any final remarks? Any
Anything you want to say to our fan base?
you can have the final word on this episode, and we'll play the theme.
Wait, I should have thought of what I was gonna say.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Anything to like promote?
Screen
that's what people
my
say on
short film
podcasts.
Twos of Pittance.
Yeah,
I don't know.
screen twos, stream twos of
Stream,
Pittance, yeah.
stream Gorilla was stream car seat headrest.
Goose.
Stream Death Cab for Cutie.
Yeah.
Yes, Kianna, that's so true.
So
That's so.
true.
I can't believe you said that. That's so
Stream
true.
geese.
Okay.
Alright, well, bye,
Thank you all
everyone.
for
Thanks
listening. As always, stay fresh.
Yay!
See you guys
Yay!
next time.
Woo!